And something that I'm thinking of now is like in when you were younger, especially perhaps like when you were first like dealing with these like experiences in your life, like were there any records or bands or songs that you came back to that helped you process your feelings?
Yeah, that's so funny. And that's a good question. And I thought about that too, because when I was really, the years that I was really, really going through it, at first, I mean, I'm also just getting into music in a proper way, like 12, I'm really starting to shape my own music taste in it. And it was weird and hard to really find where my music taste intersected with my experience. It wasn't
Hmm.
easy to nail that down early on. Um, and I was just like kind of so into classic rock. He's just like gnawing on my arm. That's his off screen is my arm is getting consumed. Um, and then and I liked a lot of singer-songwriters. I was drawn to storytellers, and I was drawn to things like, and I grew up with like a lot of Bob Dylan and and then I also grew up with like a lot of, R&B like Stevie Wonder and Al Green, and I kind of always went to them, but like they don't have that much to talk to speak on the issue of divorce. They have a lot to say about a lot of things, of course. And you can apply it. Um, it helped. Hey, what? It helped finding finding Amy Winehouse and finding Jeff Buckley was really
Mm.
big, big one for me. And when I first found them, and I was so magnetized by them, they like really just like, oh my God, that was like kind of what mattered. That was it. And I didn't even know for years that they were also children of divorce. I
Hmm.
was just so drawn to them. So that music really helped get me there. And like they don't even have too many songs about it, like Jeff's got Dream Brother, and she's got what is it about men, where she kind of like talks about like repeating this cycle of like and how her father's like cheating, like kind of like gave this thing to her. But yeah, there just wasn't a dearth of it. Like, let me use your word again, but there just wasn't a dearth of music that I found. And I think back to me at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, looking for answers, not finding them at home, and looking for them in music because it spoke to me, and kind of just getting them very obliquely. At best, I was only getting them emotionally, like in a feeling, but I wasn't really getting them. I could
Hmm.
find comfort. And, like I've listened to, for some reason, Ray LaMontagne is coming to mind because he was just like such a sad king. And I just like, taught me
Yes.
he's so sad. He just, like, lesson learned. Oh my God. So you guys know that song. It's just so brutal. And I remember being in like chemistry class listening to that because I'd already realized chemistry wasn't, I mean, it was important here and globally extremely important, but personal day-to-day basis for me wasn't that important. Um, but yeah, I think about that kid, and if he could have had this fucking record, if he could have
Hmm.
heard the song James Age 12, if he could have heard Ian the Actor, if he could have like heard Thank God for Alicia, or shit, Diana Gets an Email, and like actually like had some perspective on what people are going through in a way that feels very specific, not these songs that are just general and fantastic because they apply to universality, but songs that tell a story so honestly that if they are real, that you can actually learn something from their reality, not just in like a broad way where like apply it how it matters to you, which is beautiful. And that's why abstract art is amazing too, like, and that's why universal themes are important. But it's also important to hear a real fucking story. And I didn't know where to find them when I was younger, and I wasn't getting them at home, uh,
Hmm.
other than living them.